We were talking about the people, the refugees, much more. But now we want to talk about ourselves. Remember 2 questions I said when I was starting. One was, if Jesus could serve this refugee, how could he do it? Then another question was, if I could know that this refugee is like maybe Jesus. So the second now level is to see how we supposed to be in order to be able to serve those people effectively. Because the way you are will determine if you will be effective in serving them or not. Some people, they start and maybe after a few days, they just surrender. Few days, you feel excited. I want to be involved in helping these guys. I want to be involved. You feel fire on that. Really, you are energetic. But little by little, the fire goes down. As the challenge goes by, then you decide to say, no, this job is hard. Then you just leave him hanging somewhere. Then, what are some of the things, biblically, that the Lord wants us to have? You should think about before you engage yourself in that ministry. So, throughout the years I have been serving in the refugees context, in the camp, even here. So there are 80 things which I've realized they are very important for us to think about. I call them the law or the principles that we should think about before engaging ourselves in that ministry. One is what I call the law of love. Your motive will determine how far you can go and you will reward. Your motive, why do you want to be engaged in serving refugees? Is it because somebody told you, come, there is a person in need here. Come, let us help him. Is it because you feel compassion to help? So, what is the motive which is really pushing you to do what you are doing? You may be now in that ministry. Or you think maybe you will be involved in that ministry. What is the motive? Or you are assigned to do that ministry by the pastor. Because there is no otherwise, let me do it. So you are different from the social workers. Let me maybe differentiate that. The social workers, they are employed. And they have described job description they should do in this social work. But you are from the church. I consider it as a ministry. Whereby you don't do it because it's a job. You do it because it's a ministry. But what is the motive? Why are you involved in what you are doing? That is very important. So the key issue is love. You must make sure that you are compelled by the love of Jesus. You are moved by love, so that you may be involved in that what you are doing. That is the key issue you should be thinking about. Paul said, we are compelled by the love of God. That is why we cannot run away from this. We try to run away, but the love of God brings us back in what you are doing, although we are struggling. So, you must make sure that you are compelled by the love of God. The second thing, this is what I call now, I call the law of prayer and fasting. I have realized prayer and fasting is strange in this environment here. I mean, in the country. Unless you move God to move people, you will never move people. Only what you can do is to touch God's heart, then God can touch people. Yes. I mean, those whom you are trying to serve, those refugees. Their heart needed to be prepared. Even your heart needed to be prepared. And there are some hearts which are hard because of what people pass through, which cannot be prepared in an easy way because of bitterness and the things people they have passed through. They need the power of God to intervene in that situation so that their heart may be prepared in order to receive what you are trying to give them. Sometimes you pray and sometimes you fast for that brother, for that issue, for breakthrough and to get the result. Sometimes you try, you don't get the result. Then you need to go beyond and ask God why this person is not changing. What can I do, God, for this person to move where he is? Then God can intervene. Then you will see the things moving. Sometimes 2 days, 3 days, you pray for a brother, for breakthrough. Okay, then the number 3 is what I call the law of persistence. Persistence in developing long-term relationship produce long-term result. The relationship, you persist building relationship. There is a healthy relationship which you have not worked on. Let us give an example in marriage. I have been married maybe for 18, now it's almost 18 years. I know some of you are my grandfathers, others you are my parents. You have married for many years than mine. So if I ask you a question, did you have any conflict since you are married up to now?
No.
No, maybe it's no. You see, okay. So that is the same thing. I believe the same principles works when you are trying to help somebody. Some things he may not understand. Some things he can understand them easily. But you keep pushing because you know those things are very important to him. Then as you move forward, then he will open up. He will start sharing things which you did not know. So from that now, you will be able to advise him and to guide him and to read him with understanding. But because you spend a long time trying to develop a relation. Recently, I received a person from Kakum. He was resettled here. That guy, I preached to him for 10 years. He refused to receive Jesus. But surprisingly, when he got a resettlement, they asked him, do you know anybody in the U.S.? He said, I have my pastor there. So he said, yeah, I have my pastor there. What is the name? What is the address? He gives the address. He gives the name. Then I was called that your member is just saying, do you know this guy? He's saying he's your member. What could you do? You say, no, it's not my member. So I say, yeah, I know the guy. Okay, do you think we can bring him around there? I say, yes, you bring him. He came. He spent 1 week. But in my heart, I say, okay, I think now is the time to complete the job. Which I started. So he came, I welcomed here. Then I said, oh, God really helped me. Yes, yeah, God is great. God is great. Okay. Yeah, fine. Then we started the business. Then he received Jesus and his person saved. So I am now preparing him for baptism. So 10 years developing relationship with him. Then after 10 years, you don't know how long it will take for that person to understand what you are trying to help with. So I will say that then you need persistence is very important in developing relationship. Then number 4 is what I call the law of sacrifice. The value of something is, okay, the value of something is determined by the level of sacrifice to it. Because we were really valued by God. So our value is seen on the cross by Jesus. That is where our value, when you see what Jesus did on the cross, you see value, how God values you on the cross. So, these people are very sensitive to understand if this person is just passing by or is serious with me. And the sacrifice you put into it will determine if you value that person or not. And you will be able to understand if you value him. When you value him, then he will value you also. But when he realizes that you don't value him, he will also give you his little time, and he will not value you much. And that means he will put a barrier on how far you can go with him. So it is very important to try. Sometimes he may need extra time from you. And you need to understand, how am I going to handle this in order not to offend him. Sometimes you sacrifice your time. Sometimes you go beyond. Recently, that guy I was talking about, he went for school in the night. Then he got lost in the winter. Then at 12:55 in the night, he called me. He said, I am lost. 12 in the night? Then I asked him, where are you? I don't know where I am. But try, come and help me. So I told him, okay, can you try to see if there is a gas station around? Yes, I can see a gas station. Go there and try to see somebody who is there. Ask him the address. Because you know, my gas station, sometimes they run 24 hours, some shops there. Then he gave me the address. Then I just, that time I was coming from my work at 1 night. Then I said, okay, I am coming. I went and picked him. You know, he stayed in St. Paul. From where I stay and where he stay is 20-minute driving. Then I told him, can I take you at home? Then we go tomorrow. He said, I have appointment to, I will go to hospital tomorrow, to clinic. Then if I don't, okay, I said, no, don't worry. I just called my wife. I said, okay, I am taking this guy home at night. You see, I did not plan for that. And it is a risk also issue because it is in the night. But I sacrifice that. And that one, I believe it put a mark in him, which he will not forget. So, there is no otherwise. You will need to sacrifice. Even sometimes abruptly. You have not planned for it. If you are to be in this ministry, some things will come up which will need your attention. Even sometimes when you have a very serious issue to do. You know, I came from work thinking for sleeping. But something else comes in, which was very important. So what I was saying is that the law of sacrifice is the value of something is determined by the level of sacrifice to it. So then number 5, the law of service. The more you serve without expecting return, the more reward from God. when I talk about return, there are so many return. Here, very important return in this country. You know which one? Not money, not whatever. Is it? Thank you. In some cultures, there is no word thank you. Do you know that? Yes, in some cultures, they don't have time. Like where we are staying in Turkana. You give them, they go away. Even you start asking yourself, even he doesn't see me, what is wrong? They go away, no thank you. So, which means we are receiving people from different cultures. Some cultures they don't appreciate. In America, appreciation is the key. Even when you just step on somebody intentionally, you say, I'm sorry. And you wanted to just step on him. You just say, I'm sorry. It's natural. Say, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Do you think everybody who say, I'm sorry, he mean it? Not everyone who say, I'm sorry, that he mean it. It is a cultural thing. Some they mean it, others they don't mean it. So, what I mean here, you need to understand they're from different backgrounds. So, don't expect a return. Don't expect a thank you. Don't expect even appreciation. Yes, if they do it, that is fine and it's good. Then we should teach them also to do so. It's very important because that is the culture. Because that word sometimes may make you to lose some things in this culture. If you get somebody then you don't say thank you, then tomorrow nobody cares for you. Especially as ministers when you are raising some finance for ministry, okay? They will expect some card for appreciation. If they don't get it, forget about them. So that is the part of this culture. Try also to help them. If you realize they don't understand how things work, it is your job when you realize that. If they don't do it to you, it is your job to help them to understand that. But you serve as you serve God. Don't expect anything. Either thank you, either anything else. Number 6, the law of generosity. Cooperation identifies the needs and the time for proper service brings satisfaction. What I mean here, yes, you know, even me, I came here as a refugee, okay? Not everything which I received was satisfying for me. Sometimes you go somewhere, they say, oh, you are here, hey. Okay. I have some things in the garage. Yeah, in the garage there. So I think there's some good stuff which you can use. You cannot refuse, okay? You say, okay, fine. But it doesn't mean really that those things give you satisfaction. You may have others at home, maybe even you may have a stock. You don't know even where to take them. So you just put them over others in the store. So the better way for satisfaction for those people whom we are helping, let them talk. Let them find out what they need. Not because you have something which you are not using, it doesn't mean that you need it. Even so, you know, in Kakuma, this is too much. Because we were staying in a community, the Turkanas, they are the native, but most needy. You could find some refugees, because some of them, they are good, they can get something. They eat food, the remaining food, they put it in a paper bag, then they hang it somewhere. So, when those boys, Turkanas, who doesn't have something to eat, they are passing by, asking something to eat, they remember, oh, yeah, I have something, come. They go and pull that ugari there, then they give them. I am not saying that because maybe you are doing that, okay? Like me, I receive the good stuff and even from the shop or that. But I am telling you this to make you aware, to emphasize the point that because you have something which you don't use, it doesn't mean that person he need it. Consult him. Ask him if he need it. Because when you give it to him, when he say he need it, he will be satisfied. But when you give it, you just give it to him and he doesn't need it, it may hurt him instead of blessing him. So that is why what I have realized in the ministry of serving refugees. Then number 7 is the law of the picture. The picture you paint may open or close an opportunity for you. When I talk about the picture, is the way you conduct yourself with that person. The way you behave, the way you handle him. That will allow you to be accepted by him or reject you. And when I say about rejection, it doesn't mean he will tell you go away. Are we together? He may not tell you go away. He will allow you to continue what you are doing. He may even cooperate, but he will not give you enough information you need. He will cross himself. Then he allow you to do whatever you are doing. He may say yes even to everything. Yes, yes, can I do this? Yes, 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 yes. So, and that one will not help you to move forward correctly. So, that is why you should be careful. There are people in the camp, the one community, Sudanese community. They are good people in one way. If they trust you, they trust you, they can give you everything, they trust you 100%. But if you offend them, goodbye. To bring that trust back to them is very hard. But they are very easy to trust. And they can give you everything. But you also easy to be offended. I use them as an example to all others. So, try your best to handle the way you're supposed to handle yourself in a better way, which will not cross the way for you to do what to minister to them. That is what I call the law of the picture. Lastly, point number 8, the law of bridging. You know, our key issue, why are we serving these people? Our climax is to let them see Jesus in us. That is the goal. Not for them to eat well, not for them to maybe to feel comfortable. No, the climax is for them to see. Let me tell you, they will not see Jesus before they see him in you. It doesn't care how much time you read the Bible and you tell them a lot of scriptures and they do whatever. But before they see Jesus, they must see him from you. And they will see him according to the way you are handling them. From there, you don't even need to tell them anything. They will allow you to share your story to them. Because they have realized your story has made you better than the way they are. Because the time you have been staying with them, they saw that story in you. Then they will allow you to compare your story and their story. That is what I call now the law of bridging. You bridge from where? You bridge from what they don't know to what they should know. Example is like Jesus when he met with the Samaritan woman. The Samaritan woman, he had a very negative attitude toward Jesus because he was a Jew. But Jesus started by asking him a question. Then the woman explained why is he coming there. Then Jesus answered her. Then finally he realized these answers are not normal. There is something behind these answers. Then he asked, you may be the Lord. He said, yeah, you know. Then he said, no, I cannot resist this. He put down the can, he went in town. Very simple. Jesus started where that person know to where he didn't know. Then he embraced the new truth. Paul in Athens, he moved around the city, he find so many idols or whatever. Then he find the one which is written to an unknown God. Then he started from there telling them, I want to tell you, you guys, you are religious. That is what they say. They say, yeah, yes, we are religious. I can even see. He appreciated that. But I want to tell you much more about this unknown God. The Bible says some believed, but others keep on searching much more. So that is what I talk about in the law of bridging. So if God can allow you to apply these principles will open the way for you to start a conversation, deeper conversation with them as a friend. As a friend. That deeper conversation may lead them to the level of accepting your faith, of accepting Jesus as their personal Savior. And that is the goal. Then we will continue from there. So may God bless you so much as I conclude this session. So my conclusion in all this, for us to be able to serve fully, we should be willing to do anything it takes to reach the goal, to help them to grow as a whole. That is the mandate. Whatever it takes. Remember I said, it is the heart, not emotions. Sometimes you go in the ministry because of emotions. But it is the heart, compassion, love, which can prevail and help us to stand and move forward to the end. May God bless you so much.